This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. On the phone, all the way in Oakland, I've got Paul Smith. How are you, Paul?
Not bad, mate. You?
All good, all good. I've just been bored looking at Twitter tonight and seeing your some of your tweets.
It's fighting, isn't it? You just no better trying to wind you up and trying to, just saying ridiculous stuff.
Don't you ever think just to lock off Twitter during fight week, Paul, or not?
Yeah, I do, but honestly, I get bored. Sitting in the room, I thought something, I'm just coming to have a sit down. I don't really want to sleep because I don't want to get used to sleeping in the afternoon too much. But I want to have a lie down, so I'm just on Twitter, answering a few tweets back, sending a few emails. Can you hear that saying? You hear that?
Dear, oh dear. But anyway, you had your press conference. Was the press conference today your time?
Press conference was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Sorry, yesterday.
Basically a 3-day, yeah. I was saying about that train. We're in our hotel. There's a big freight train that goes through both ways every 15, 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour, and the noise out of it is just ridiculous. It starts at like 6 in the morning and finishes at like 2 at night, 2 a.m. and it's just constant, non-stop. That's why I was asking about the other day, because it's just gone past now.
Oh, right. Have they done that on purpose? Have they done that on purpose?
We were laughing saying that when we first got it. It was like we heard my cousin Billy. As soon as it just went off straight away, as soon as we got it, I thought, no, that can't be happening. That, and it was. It's every time. But we should have noticed really when we checked in the hotel, there's earplugs in the bathroom to give you free earplugs. So maybe that's what it was for. We've all been laughing and that, making a joke about it. Like, but it's loud, definitely loud.
Well, try and get some sleep when you have to, anyway. Paul, what's the response been? Obviously, I spoke to you in Liverpool just before the fight was announced between you and Andre Ward, and since then, obviously, you're a couple of days away from fight night. What's been the response of people since obviously you're coming off the back of 2 world title defeats and you're going in against pound for pound one of the best, if not the second best fighter in the world? What have people been saying?
It's been a mixed reaction. The majority is wishing me well, wishing me all the best, pat me on the back for taking the chance, because listen, let's have it right, no one else wanted it. No one else wanted the opportunity, and I'm not having a go at the ones that said no to it. If I had a world title myself, I'd have probably said no to it. But it's a case of you can't make demands when you can only make demands when you're in demand, and at the minute I'm in demand. I've been asked for this fight. I was asked for the fight before the Gabriel rematch, and I've been asked for it again now. I didn't think I'd be asked the second time, but the third time, but I have done. So they come knocking again. Do you want to fight Andre Ward in the States? Of course I do. It's a no-brainer for me, and I've said this time and again. Why wouldn't I want to fight again? But the reaction's been good. I know what I'm up against. I know what I'm up against more than anyone. I'm the most realistic boxer out there. I've always said that, and I have to be realistic. My job on Sky, it forces me to be realistic. I have to be, and I know what I'm up against. I don't need anyone, as you say on Twitter. I don't need anyone on Twitter trying to remind me what I'm up against as if I don't know. I know what I'm up against. I know who I'm fighting, but I also know he's been on the floor before, and I also know there is ways to beat him. It's a hard way to beat him, but there is ways to beat him.
Like I said, it's easy for people to have their opinion about, whether you should be fighting him or not. But the bottom line is, if you're offered the fight with Andre Ward, and you kind of, like I said, you want to fight the best fighters in your weight, regardless whether that's Abraham or whether that's Ward or whoever.
Yeah,
so for what reason would you not take the fight just because there is a few people out there that think that you shouldn't? It's ridiculous.
Exactly. The Ring magazine rank, Ward's up there at the top. Carl Froch is second, Abraham was third, or Carl Froch is ranked number 1 and Abraham was ranked number 2. I thought Abraham, I'd love a fight with Carl Froch. I like the lad, I've got a lot of time to work for him, but who wouldn't want to share a ring with him? He's world champion, why wouldn't you want him? But the top of the 3 is Andre Ward, and I'm fighting Andre Ward. So I want to fight the best. There's 2 of the best that I've already fought in the weight division. James DeGale's just become world champion. I've already fought him. George Groves will be world champion. I've already been in the ring with him. I'd love to be turned on them fights, but it's a case of with 20 years time, I'm not going to sit there saying, I beat a journeyman in Liverpool, top of the bill, with like 2,000 people in there. or I won the British title against British level fighters. Who no disrespect to them, I don't want to be sitting in 20 years' time talking to kids and my grandkids about my career, about just being a big fish in a small pond. There's a big world out there, and the rankings are there, and the champions are there. Why not go and chase them? 40, 50 years ago, fighters sit and talk about that. They went to the States and fought against an American champion, and it's still the same now. It baffles me why I wouldn't do it. I've seen a few tweets of idiots on there again. You don't deserve it. Come and do the camp I've just done, and you'll say you deserve it yourself. You know what I mean? That's just the training camp. Never mind getting in the ring with Andre Ward. The people saying I don't deserve it. If they just come and done the training camp I've done for the last 10, 12 weeks, they think they deserve whatever I'm getting for this fight and the recognition that I'm getting for taking this fight, because it's so easy sitting on the outside. It's so easy saying, I've seen someone tweeting, you just don't deserve it. Why? No one else wants to fight him. Why can't I deserve it? I'm willing to go to Oakland, his backyard. The press conference yesterday, we had the mayoress standing screaming, go Warriors, go Andre Ward. It's all pro-Ward, obviously, but I'm here, and I'm not fazed by it one bit. I'm not bothered by it one bit, but I'm here. And half the people that are saying it, 99% of the people that are saying that I don't deserve it, they couldn't do it anyway. So it's baffled me. The explanation I've given time and again is if someone pulled them in their office and said to them, look, the boss, I want you to do 12 weeks work, 60-hour weeks, and you're going to really graft, no breaks, no days off, only 12 hours solid work, 60-hour weeks, but I'm going to give you 3 years' wages. Will you do it? Do you think anyone's going to turn around and say, no thanks, I don't deserve it? It's just daft the way we think and the way we talk, and half the time they are just for the bite, and half the time they just think that they're boxing experts who can sit there.
Listen, I completely agree with you, and it's easy for people to sit out on Twitter and sort of have their opinion, but like I said, you just pointed out there, you're the one putting your body through the camp and etc. etc. So it is what it is. But what Paul, what's obviously it's a bit confusing about the belt situation with Andre Ward. He doesn't have that belt anymore. Is that right?
I don't know. I think he has. I think he's still WBA super champion. That's what they've been introduced him as over the year as well. So I think he is still super champion. Throch got stripped of his regular title, which Chuganov then won off Stern. But I think the basics of it was he can't defend the super champion until he fights the regular champion, which was Throch, and that fight wasn't made. So therefore, he can't defend against me. So he's chosen to have the fight at 172, at catch weight, which is fine. I totally expect that. I don't expect anyone that's not fighting for the title to fight a 12-round fight at championship weight. I thought the fight would be cut to 10. It's not. It's still 12. But I assume the fight will be at heavyweight, which it is. So I think he is still WBA super champion until they strip, and until he defends it against the regular champion. I think that's what the time to do.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some tweets. I was a bit confused. I saw some tweets that suggested that he may have been stripped for not defending his title for a certain night because he's been out the ring for 16, 17 months or whatever it is. But as far as you know,
yeah, mate, the WBA have called him champion in weight. He's still the champion. He's still the WBA super champion. And it makes sense what I'm saying because he's WBA super champion. Chuganov's just won the WBA regular title, and they just sanctioned the WBA interim title with Vince Vegan, but to fight someone I don't know who he's fighting. So what I think they're trying to do is to get the super champion to fight the regular champion. So there's only one belt at that. So that's the super title, sorry, and then the regular one will become whoever Vegan beats or whoever beats Vegan. But that's what they're going to try and do. But it's a confusing one, the WBA. I'm not criticising them, but there's too many. There's too many belts about. I understand the situation of super champion and regular champion. You win a regular title, you're a world champion. I've said that time and again. Carl Froch, Scott Quigg, even Brian McGee. You can't select Brian McGee because he won a WBA regular title. He won what was in front of him. Then Kessler then won that title, and then Froch then won that title. It's a regular title, but you're world champion. But interim titles, when there's already a regular champion, a super champion, it gets a bit confusing.
Obviously, like Frank Buglioni's fighting Chuganov for that belt, isn't he, on 24th of July?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. So Buglioni's fighting Chuganov for the regular title, and if Buglioni won it, you'd have people slagging him off saying he's not a real world champion. Why? He's just won the WBA regular title, which Carl Fletcher was stripped of. Carl Fletcher was a world champion. Scott Quigg's a world champion.
Jamie McDonald's got the same belt as well. Jamie McDonald, when he fought Kameda, obviously Kameda give up his own belt, the WBO title, to fight for the WBA title. So
exactly, just because it's a regular title and not the super title, you know, it's for me it's a title, and I haven't got one. Obviously, I'm not fighting for one, so I'm not saying it in defence of myself. I just that they might believe something. If you have a regular champion when you're the champion, if you have a super champion when you win another title, which I understand, then it becomes hard to defend that belt, you know. So that's how it works, and that's how it should be.
All right, just finally, like I said, you said yourself, you're a realist about what lies ahead of you come Saturday night. Do you feel though that you're going to have to force some sort of stoppage or knockout to win the fight, or do you believe you can outbox Andre Ward?
It's not that I don't believe I can outbox him. I can do anything on the right night, and I can do anything when things go your way. It's just one of them things. Sometimes it just clicks into place. I'm not saying I can't outbox him. I don't think I will outbox him, and that's not a defeatist attitude by any means. People have been saying I'm here and I'm just going to lose, and I'm here to lose. It's bollocks. I wouldn't go anywhere to just lose. I'm here to give everything I've got, but I know I've got to adapt my style to try and catch Andre Ward as he's coming in, to try and knock him out and to go for him. I'm going shit for bus. Why wouldn't I? It's all or nothing. I'm going for broke. It's not good. I'm not going to sit there and stand off and make it a chess match with him because it's his game. That's what he wants to do. He's going to try and break me down and try and stop me. He's going to try and come at me. He's going to leave himself open, and that's what I want. But to try and stand off Andre Ward and outbox him, no one's done that since he was 13 years of age. He's a very, very hard fighter to outbox. He makes you fight his fight, and that's what you have to try and not do. And it's easier said than done, but that's why I'm here.
Would you say that this fight with Andre Ward is will be very decisive in how your career goes after Saturday night, depending on what happens? Because obviously you had two hard fights with Abraham, and now you're going in against Andre Ward. I'm not saying that you're at all thinking if things don't go right for you, but is there a plan in place after this fight for you? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, there is, and it's rest. I need a good rest. This is my third fight in 6-7 months, and it's the third camp I've had in 7 months, and it's been a long time. It's been a long, hard camp. 8 months, sorry, and 2 world title fights and a 12-round non-title fight against Andre Ward, and the camps have been the same. So I do need to rest after this. I've had an operation in that time as well on my elbow. I do need to rest up after it. I've had the operation. I got the phone call for the World fight that week, and I thought it was a good job I had that up, because I wouldn't have got through the camp unless I had it. But I was still sort of recovering with it, and everything's fine on it now. But it's just I do need to have a good rest and rest up after it. So I've said this time and again. I've said this to my missus. We've got a baby due end of August, so win, lose or draw, I'm not going to look at fight until probably November time, December time anyway. I'll get one in before the end of the year, but I need a good rest, and then I've got a few night feeds to do, which I'm going to look forward to as well.
Alright, well listen, I know you're just about to go down to the gym. What time is it down there in Oakland?
It's 4:15.
4:15. So you obviously, weigh in your sort of tomorrow, isn't it? You weigh in
3 o'clock tomorrow, yeah. It's only 3 hours.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
All right. Well, listen, Paul. Listen, best of luck. Like I said, you've got it all to do. But listen, go there and do the thing. And like I said, if his ring rust is there and you can exploit it, then
Yeah.
Let's hope you do it. So best of luck, mate, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks a lot, mate. Take care.
All right, Paul Smith. Thank you very much.
All right.